Let's look at the first multiple choice question. The system wherein trade can be carried out through exchange of goods and services is called the barter system, monetary system, goods system, none of the above. Now you must have studied in this chapter that when there is an exchange of goods for goods or services for services, it is known as the barter system, and therefore the correct answer in this case is 1, barter system. In a monetary system, there could be an exchange of goods for money, there could be an exchange of services for money, but money is involved. In goods system, there is actually, from this question's perspective, there is nothing like a goods system, so this option is obsolete. And because 1 is the correct answer, therefore 4 cannot be the answer, which is none of the above. So looking at the second question, it says Aman, a vegetable seller, exchanged 4 apples with Rahul, a cloth dealer, for 1 meter of cloth. So Aman had apples and Rahul had cloth. Aman exchanged 4 apples with 1 meter of cloth. Now both apples and cloth, these are what? These are goods, which means there is an exchange of one good for the other good. And what is this system called? This system is called the barter system. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Question 3. Which of the following solves the problem of double coincidence of wants? Now, briefly, what is double coincidence of wants? Suppose there are two people, A and B. A has an apple with him, but he wants banana in exchange of the apple. Now, this is possible if he finds another person who has banana and he is willing to take an apple in exchange of such banana. So there has to be a double coincidence of wants. Means the want of B should be the same as the item which A is willing to give, and want of A should be the same as B is willing to give. So this problem of double coincidence of wants, which of the following solves that? Goods? No, because if apple is something which A has and he wants to exchange it for banana, not necessary that B will also have the need for apple. The banks, of course not. Bank do not take apple and they return bananas in exchange. Money, yes, money is the one which solves the problem. And how does it work? If A wants to get banana in exchange, what he can do is he can find another person, C, he can sell the apple to him, and C in turn is going to give money to A. Then A can use this money to buy banana from someone else, maybe a person called D, and therefore by using the money he is able to solve this problem of double coincidence of wants. Now, what does double coincidence of wants refers to? So double coincidence of wants refers to the dash fulfillment of dash wants of the buyer and seller. Let's see various options and see which one of them is going to fit into this. Does it refers to the simultaneous fulfillment of mutual wants for the buyers and sellers? Or sequential? Simultaneously means what? Ek saath. If A has one want and B has another want at the same time, that's simultaneous fulfillment of wants. Barter system में double coincidence of wants का मतलब यही होता है कि that there is a simultaneous fulfillment of wants of both A and B. Of mutual wants. Mutual means दोनों का. ऐसा नहीं है कि fulfillment सिर्फ A की wants का हो रहा है और B का नहीं हो रहा है, या B की wants का हो रहा है, A का नहीं हो रहा है. दोनों का simultaneous fulfillment होना चाहिए, दोनों का mutual fulfillment होना चाहिए. बी आंसर इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि सीक्वेंशियल नहीं कि पहले ए का हो गया बाद में बी का हो, नहीं. इट हैज़ टू बी साइमल्टेनियस फुलफिलमेंट ऑफ वांट्स फॉर द बोथ ऑफ देम. Now, double coincidence of wants have permanent existence, means हमेशा दो लोग ऐसे मिलेंगे जहाँ ए की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो बी फुलफिल कर सके एंड बी की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो ए फुलफिल कर सके. The answer is no, they don't have a permanent existence. It's a coincidence that both of them have mutual goods which can help each other. Huge trading cost, yes, definitely. If A wants to sell apple and in turn he wants medicine, anyone who's willing to sell medicine to him, he's going to get it without considering whether the price that he's paying for the medicine or the worth of apple he's getting is the same as the worth of the medicine. Therefore, there are huge trading costs which are involved in double coincidence of wants. Low cost, no. There's a lot of cost involved. All of the above again, because A and C are not the correct answer, therefore this can also not be the correct answer. Let's look at question 6. A owns a camel that he wants to trade for a goat. However, there are no sellers of goat in the market. This is an example of, so he wants to sell camel and buy a goat, but there is no goat sellers in the market as on that date. This is an example of lack of double coincidence of wants, existence of double coincidence of wants. Now, there is no existence of double coincidence of wants because there is no one who's willing to buy a camel and give goat in exchange. Therefore, this cannot be the right answer. Simultaneous coincidence of wants. Again, this is not the right answer because there is no one who wants camel. Sequential coincidence of wants. We don't know if there's going to be anyone who might come up in the future and buy camel and give goat. This is not something which has been presented to you in the question. Therefore, even this is not the right answer. But this is definitely an example of lack of double coincidence of wants. Which of the following is the function of money? Medium of exchange? Yes, definitely. Money acts as a medium of exchange. Store of value? Yes, it does act as a store of value. Measure of value? Yes, you can measure the value of, this should be value. You can measure the value of various commodities by using money. So let's say today if you go and buy petrol, you can say 100 rupees per liter. It values the petrol in terms of money. All of the above, because all the three are correct. Therefore, the answer is D, which is all of the above. Money serves all but which of the following functions? Now, this is just a twist of that question. Whenever you have this means that all of the options are true, but which is false. So it's an exchange medium. Yes, we saw that in the first question. It's a store of value. Yes, it's a measure of value. Again, that is fine, but it is not a measure of happiness. Now in this question, the answer will be the one which is not true. Why? Because it says money serves all, but which of the following functions? It serves this function, it serves this function, it serves this function. But what the question is asking you to find out is which of the function is not served by money, and that answer is D, which is measure of happiness. Which of the following are drawbacks of barter system? Now barter system, the drawbacks of barter system are the same as the advantage of monetary system or the money system. So it acts as a lack of standard of deferred payment, definitely. It acts as a lack of store of value, definitely. It acts as a lack of measure of value, definitely. All of the above. So the correct answer is D, because the drawbacks of money are A, B and C. All the three are drawbacks of barter system. Which of the following is generally accepted as a medium of exchange? So what this means is, suppose there are apples and bananas. To exchange them, what is the commodity or what is the thing that is accepted as a medium of exchange? Of course, we all know that goods do not act as a medium of exchange. They are not generally acceptable. They can be something at a time, but they are not generally acceptable as a medium of exchange. Similarly, services are also not generally acceptable as a medium of exchange. In the barter economy, they were, but today they may not be. But money is a generally accepted medium of exchange, and therefore the correct answer in this case is A.